The DJI Ban sucks, but it might not be as bad as we think. I'm going to break it all down. What is the DJI Ban and how we got here and what this means moving forward. And I'll explain why it might not be that bad at the end of the video, so stick around. What is the DJI ban? The US government put DJI on a ban list as of December 23rd, 2025, and would no longer grant DJI FCC certification on any of DJI's products. It means DJI drones and cameras with FCC certification before December 23rd, 2025, we can still get in the United States. Any DJI product designed after the December 23rd, 2025 deadline will not be available for sale in the US because it won't get an FCC certification for it due to the DJI ban. Okay, well, what about products like the Pocket 4? It got its FCC certification just before December 23rd, 2025. So that's why we still get them, even though it's not being released in the US till May of 2026. Let's talk about how we got here. Why is there a ban and how did we get here? Some people in the US government think DJI drones and cameras are spying on Americans and sending data back to a mothership for analysis in China because DJI is a Chinese company. So the US government is banning DJI drones and cameras as a threat to national security. They also banned several other drone companies like Autel. Then the FCC just came out and expanded the ruling to include all drones and critical components manufactured in foreign countries of concern, China, rather than just naming individual brands all the time. It's not a total ban because we can still fly the older drones we already have and the ones with FCC certification. But the US government is stopping us from getting newer design drones and drone components. And basically, it's all bullshit. It's bullshit for multiple reasons. First, the government is also using the disguise of saying the drone ban is to help US drone companies, which is BS because there are no US drone companies for consumers. There's probably not gonna be. All the US drone companies only want government contracts. And Skydio comes to mind. They're no longer making products for the consumer market. They just want government contracts only. Here's the real kicker though. Almost all drone parts and components are manufactured in China and will be for a very long time. These US drone companies are not going to spend the money trying to manufacture all these drone parts themselves. Heck, motors and batteries will probably never be manufactured anywhere other than China because of the rare earth minerals China controls 90% of. The government bans drone components for US citizens, but these US drone companies are going to get the okay to buy these same drone components from China? Come on. And then they're going to sell them as US drones? Come on. In the Defense Act of 2025, they're basically saying at least 65% of the cost of the US drones can't be from China. We're going to have to see how that works out. 65% of the cost can't be from China? So you just raise the price on your components, then it's no longer 65%, right? Like, kind of dumb. They're gonna get around that. US companies are gonna get around that. US citizens can't buy none of these components. All complete BS. This all went into effect under the Trump administration. I know it started on the Biden administration, and the Biden administration stopped government agencies from using DJI. The drone ban went into effect under the Trump administration, so they chose to let it go into effect. So the Trump administration is responsible for this. Also, do you think it's coincidence that Trump's kids are on the boards of these huge US drone companies? It's not coincidence. It's by design, and it's all bullshit. Also, we know it's BS that DJI is spying because DJI welcomes the US government to audit them to prove there is no security risk. But no department under this administration has completed any kind of audit, and they're not even willing to complete an audit because this administration wants them banned. They want drones banned in the United States for civilian use, consumer use. Sounds kind of sketchy when you got wars going on where drones are huge factors. But why do I say it's not as bad as we think? I personally, and I could be wrong, but I personally think we will still get the new drones, the new drone components, and cameras from DJI in the future. How are we going to get them? We're going to get them with rebrands. Rebranded DJI cameras, drones, and drone components is how we're going to get them. Rebranded? What is rebranded? Well, it's like taking a DJI drone and rebranding it as something else, like Sky Rover, or like Extra is making rebranded DJI cameras. Extra is an American company registered in Delaware that sells rebranded DJI cameras. Is it a DJI shell company? Possibly, but it's a registered American company in Delaware. But we're going to have to wait and see if they can get FCC certification for their new products. I think they're gonna. But basically, Extra is taking DJI cameras and rebranding them and changing the features just a little bit, just enough, a certain percentage to say that it's not the same thing. And because it's an American company, I think they're going to get FCC certification for new products. And I know the government says they're going to shut all this down. It takes time. They're not going to be able to just do all that stuff. And DJI is a big company and they want to sell their products in the United States. So they're going to do a lot, as much as they can, to try to stay in the US market. And if that's rebranding their stuff and selling it under another name, they're going to do that. The stock is probably going to be very low. If it does happen, it's going to be hard to get. We're going to have to wait longer to get it. And plus, it's probably going to cost more. We're going to spend more money getting these rebranded drones and cameras than if the DJI ban wasn't even in place. It's just raising the costs on Americans. Like, they're trying to stop it, but I don't think it's going to stop. It's just going to raise the price and be harder to get. But I do believe we will get the new drone tech. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. The DJI ban sucks, but it's not as bad as not being able to get this stuff at all. Because I think we're still going to be able to get it. It's just going to be rebranded. I would buy a Goku 05 air unit if that's what I have to do to get the new drone tech. I don't have a problem buying Goku 05 air units. Now, I know 05 air units aren't out yet, right? But they're due out in the fall, so... The other reason that I think it's not going to be as bad is because there's a loophole for 2026. And what's the loophole for us consumers? Well, it's to import these drone components yourself from China. Then build most of these drones yourself. And you can get the good stuff that's supposed to be banned. Or you can even buy and import the bind and fly drones with these same components from like companies like Flywoo. How you get around this is just import the stuff yourself. I've been importing my own drones and even electric motorcycles with no problems at all. You just have to wait several weeks for them to come across the sea on the boat. I'm looking forward to the new DJI 05 Air units that are supposed to be released in like the fall. I'm looking forward to it because I think we're going to be able to get them in the US. Do you agree or disagree with me? Comment below if you think we will get new DJI gear in the US that currently would be banned. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I will catch you guys later.